We want to tell our history, the real history of the contact and reconciliation between Bama and Captain Cook. Now we are getting a lot of our Indigenous people coming here from the Cape to join us to share the history, the right history.
As we approach 2020, it's been nearly 50 years since the Queen opened the James Cook Museum at Cooktown. Over the last few years, we've been talking with community about the impact of James Cook on Cooktown. And as we approach this important 250th year anniversary, it's the ideal opportunity to talk about reconciliation.
The National Heritage List has about 116 places listed on it. Places such as the Sydney Opera House, Uluru and the Melbourne Cricket Ground. These are the places that tell the story of Australia and Australians and help form our national identity. Reconciliation Rocks is an untold and unrecognised story of so much importance to what makes Australia. It helps tell us about shared heritage, shared cultures and a shared history. And it's this shared heritage that we need to take into the future of Australia.
Waimbur is a very sacred area for our people because all the clans and tribes of the surrounding area could come here to negotiate peace instead of going full-scale war. So it was a very important place where blood was not to be spilt. And that's a very significant part when we talk about the visit of Cook. Cook and the Endeavour were being watched by Bama from all down south, all the way up here. And so in our language we say, for a boat or canoe, it's kulngoy. So yara kulngoy karara, wala do ko nganilbit. So when they got here, they realized that it was a big ship. Cook was very lucky because if he would have landed a kilometre or more to the north, it could have been a different story. This is where I talk about reciprocity because Captain Cook and his men threw a fish to our people and our people grabbed it. There was a practical use for that, food. And the reciprocity is that they bought a fish the next morning back to Captain Cook and his men. Our people didn't realize he was replenishing his supplies to go back to England as well. So on the 19th of July, 1770, a couple of our people went on board and they seen 12 to 15 turtle on board the deck of the Endeavour. And they got upset because our people live a subsistence lifestyle. We only take what we need. So Captain Cook writes in his journals, a couple of savages or Indians tried to steal a turtle. In actual fact, they were trying to release that turtle. Because if they were female turtle, even worse, because a female turtle in our language is called mami, and mami means boss. So she's an integral part of contingent resources in the area. And they couldn't get it over the side. So this is where they got upset. Our people got upset. They went ashore. They lit the grass up around Captain Cook's tents, the nets. Captain Cook shot at them with a small shot. Shot one of our people through the leg or the shoulder. Pursued them along the foreshore to a place down here called Reconciliation Rocks now. But this is the important part of the story because this is where cultural governance stopped a sovereign nation, a colonial nation in their tracks. He asserted his cultural governance being the elder of this area. He walked out in front of Captain Cook with a broken spear, wiping sweat and blowing it towards Captain Cook. And this, in our custom, is what we do. We mask people with our sweat so our spirits will believe that you're one of us. They look after you, hold you tight and keep you safe. And that's a very important moment because Yapariko, the little old man, he was calling Captain Cook Tawon, like a friend, more than an enemy, even though Captain Cook desecrated this land by spilling blood. So with that, Captain Cook understood with the broken spear that this little old man was saying no more fighting because the spear he held was broken. So that represented peace, no fighting. And Captain Cook had a presence of mind to understand this. And with that, he handed back a bundle of spears he collected along the foreshore while chasing the Aboriginal people. And from then on, they had a mutual respect for each other. However, that afternoon, our people lit the hills up around Cooktown because we had to cleanse this area from desecration from Cook, spilling blood intentionally on this land. So our people lit all the hills up around here to cleanse it with the smoking ceremony, like our people still do today.
We've undertaken a lot of research on what occurred in 1770 was that the oral traditions handed down by the Bama people and the information contained in the diaries of Lieutenant Cook and Joseph Banks perfectly matched.
We have learned from community more and more about Reconciliation Rocks and what happened there some 250 years ago. And we feel this is the ideal opportunity to give this place recognition on the National Heritage List.
Reconciliation Rocks can help us move forward together as one community, and we ask Australians to join us in recognising the importance of this special place.